Hello, everybody. Welcome to another AVR live stream. Actually, I was about to sit there and do the whole AVR squared introduction. It is an Anime-Versal Reviews live stream. Hit the subscribe button if it's something you haven't done already, and if it's something you have, thank you guys very much for doing so. I'm Kyle. This is Christine, our husbando Brian, and yeah, we're here to hang out with you guys for a bit. Those that are joining us live, hello. Those watching on replay, hi to you as well. Purpose for tonight, hang out, BS about AX, kind of just decompress a bit and do Q&A if you guys have anything about our summer slate, AX itself, the podcast, the channel, all that good stuff. There's a lot of great content here on the GenreVerse. If you, I don't have the browser. 1 second. All I got to do is just tell it to which one to read. Hold on. Oh.
I mean, sorry.
Sigh. Why does it seem like it's a little off? Anyways, there we go. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's me showing you guys the the YouTube studio. Which one am I looking for? That's why it was off, because I told it to read the wrong window. Oops. We are professionals, ladies and gentlemen. I promise. Somewhere in here it should fit. Does that look good? That looks good enough.
Yeah. Good enough for government work.
Good enough for government work. There's a lot of content here on the channel, including stuff from AX. We just did our first vlog, our first ever vlog. So please do check that out. That's this one right there, as well as our panel in 4 parts is up for you guys to watch. There's a playlist, so you can watch it in order if you want to do that. Yeah, Brian, how you doing, man? I feel like I haven't seen you in less than a week.
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. Yeah, loving the seeing the content from what we did, and it's looking good. Everybody should go check it out.
Yes, indeed. Christine, how are you feeling now? I mean, it's been a week since we went to AX itself. We landed on Friday, last Friday. AX actually started on Saturday. How are you feeling a week later, babe?
Less anxious, because there was like so much work to do and like having to prep for it, and then yeah, I feel a little more rested.
Yeah, I can feel that one as well. It was a great event, and like Christine said, it's kind of like there's nothing, we don't have anything really on our radar now. There's like a trip to go visit family, which oddly enough will mean we get to see Brian again in a few weeks, which is crazy because this is the most we have seen Brian in a decade.
True.
No joke. We used to see Brian a couple of times a year because we would go visit family a couple of times a year when we lived closer. But now we live much further apart. So since like 2016, this has definitely been the most we've seen Brian. Like I said, almost a decade. Dear God. It's crazy because Lucas is almost 10 years old. Yeah. AX, guys, let's chat it up a bit. Guys, if you didn't know, we did AX and it was a lot of fun. It was all of our first times for a bunch of stuff. First time at Anime Expo. We've all done other conventions before, and it was also their first time, Christine and Brian, being members of the press at a convention. It was all of our first time being on a panel. Lot of firsts, but just general impressions. Christine, you've done New York Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con. How did AX stack up to those?
I don't know how to answer that, because there's always pros and cons. Because it's just like looking at the time of when it is. It's like, oh yeah, that's right, it's around this time. so hot there, you know, and
God, it was.
yeah, luckily for us, it wasn't as bad. We actually came home and it was hotter here.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so yeah, just
air temperature for sure, but LA, because there was no shade where downtown
yeah,
it was
it's super
miserable
bright.
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, and then so crowded, but a lot of fun. You know, it's been a really long time since I've done this. So yeah, it's good to do that, and then easier because you know we were pressed because I'm getting old and I can feel it. I can feel it.
Yeah, that was definitely the plus. I'll say this, uh, mostly because the majority of it's in one building, while New York Con is very spread out. San Diego's more spread out these days. And then like smaller conventions that I've covered as press, they really don't have much for press because it's, you know, smaller a smaller deal. But AX knew how to take care of people. They really did. There was a press lounge. We didn't need that, but it was there if we did need it. But the nice thing was the uh 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 priority entry and the walkway that allowed us to get to and from, and for us really it was like carrying all the equipment and having our son with us that made that super important to have.
Yeah.
Brian, you man, how do you compare AX to the other ones that you've done?
I rank it pretty high for several reasons. I have one major gripe, and I'll get into that in a second. But as far as the layout, the exhibit floors are really well done. They're great. Panels are comfortable. The rooms are all comfortable. I didn't love the chairs, but I mean that's convention chairs. Food quality within the convention center. I didn't partake, but I saw a lot of it, smelled a lot of it. It looked way higher quality than at some other conventions I've been to. If I had any major gripe, it's sort of just the getting into the facility. You know, like I said, we were able to get through that a little easier. But if you weren't press, I don't think I've ever seen a line that long to enter any convention, whether it was San Diego, New York, or anything. And so that to
Yeah.
me, that was a little, I don't know if there's a way to streamline that or make that a little easier. Obviously, you have security checks and stuff, but it was a little ridiculous in my opinion as far as that. Now, like I said, maybe I don't know, maybe there's just not a way to do it better. I don't know. But even with that, seeing those lines, everybody was still having a good time, smiling, because it's essentially a cosplay show throughout the entirety of the line. There's way more cosplay at this than I've seen at previous conventions,
Yeah,
which is awesome.
I agree. I'm skipping through this the vlog video for you guys. It's playing on the screen. I'm just trying to get to where we're actually at the convention. And I'm realizing how long it takes for us to actually get to the convention, which is like 8 minutes and change into the video. Was just us traveling there, but it was a lot of fun. It really was. Uh I think I think this has the potential to be the new San Diego, which is both a positive and a negative, and I say that, excuse me, knowing that I say that because San Diego is looking like it's going to have some troubles. We've already seen like the fall of E3 and things like that. San Diego's got some uh, groups that have called out. There's not going to be a bunch of big Hall H type stuff, and let's face it. There's this feel of decline from the big, you know, Hollywood studios. Well, what does that leave? What's left? Anime conventions. You know, AX is huge, like Christine said. Early estimates had over 160,000 people, Brian, and you had an estimated almost 400,000 turnstile like swipes coming in and out of the venue. Um, Crunchyroll is big. All the big anime distributors, publishers are there, studios and whatnot. The size of it's already, you know, bigger than the first Comic Con the three of us did. I felt like I felt like you can definitely feel the crowd for sure. but it feels like outside of that front end of at least the exhibit hall floor, it felt like it kind of eased up and felt more like a regular Comic-Con,
Like I said, for
one or
me,
two rows back.
it was just the getting in.
Yeah.
That to me, that's my biggest, like, wow, just getting in. But that's only the morning. It eases up as the day goes along. But
Yeah,
I mean, I've never seen a line wrap around a convention center before. I mean, that's
no,
wild.
it was insane. And they even had to snake themselves.
Yes.
Like that was the thing. So it would wrap around, and it would get to where you can't really wrap anymore because of either into the street or you're wrapping into like parking, security, whatever the case may be. So they started snaking themselves, and you're just like, oh dear God. I don't know what the solution is. There's always like a balance between safety and security, and trying to make sure people are able to get in and through. I will say this, AX, if you guys ever listen, or anyone that ever does any conventions, let the press do clean sweeps, man. Like of your floor. Let press do clean sweeps of the floor. Maybe you don't have to announce it, so not every one of us is showing up, but definitely don't push back against it. It gives them a really good chance to get shots of all of the vendors. We managed to get a clean walkthrough, but it took some mommy said no, go ask daddy type moments, or vice versa. Anyways,
amazing vendors in the exhibit. Yeah, like that on the caliber of like a San Diego con. Like I was very impressed. Because I was wondering, I was like, is it going to be a little more small or low key? No, it's, I mean, some of the sets
huge.
Trash Taste.
Yeah.
Oh my
their
gosh.
thing was
A
huge.
Hot Topic. There's a lot that just had these amazing, displays.
I liked all the like photo opportunities in the entertainment hall. We didn't get a chance to do any ourselves, but they had these like kind of like traditional, hey, there's the floor. They kind of had these traditional anime scenes, like the not the subway, the train. They had the
classroom,
the classroom, the sakura orchard, if you will, or
One Piece
what
stuff
would you call it?
was insane.
Yeah. They had all sorts of, the One Piece stuff was cool. The light up statues that they had. There were some other anime properties in that one as well, but yeah, it was such a fun experience. I guess because we had so much going on, I feel like I didn't get to absorb the convention itself, though, as an attendee. Every time I was on the floor, I was thinking shots or shopping, and I did get to enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, but I didn't quite get to absorb it the way I have other conventions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And like Lucas was wanting to get out so badly, and I'm like, this is not how I shop. I don't want to rush through shopping.
What were your highlights, Brian? Either from the floor, from just in general, man.
I love the floor, but I genuinely had a blast at the panels. The Crunchyroll stuff was just phenomenal. They had a lot of great guests. The in between show stuff was fun. There's a clip of it right there.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just a good time. A lot of good information. You watch some of these series and to get to see production staff, directors, right there talking. And kudos to the translation staff. They were great. They had different people, rotating for the different panels. It was just very well done.
I think that for me is what's kind of missing, because I know Brian and I very much so, and Christine as well. Whenever she goes to conventions, we are all panel like whores. We love to be in the panels. We sat in on a J. Michael Straczynski creative writing panel.
One of my favorite con memories of all time.
Yeah. I remember him being like, look, if you think this is where you're gonna come and learn how to sell your writing, or anything like that. If you're looking to make money on, this is not the panel for you. You can go ahead and leave. And he sat there and waited. And I don't remember, Brian. Do you remember the guy that asked a question along those lines? And he was just like, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not. I don't remember the exact question though, but it happened, right?
Yes. And the cool thing about that was it was a small room. It was very intimate.
Yeah,
he was, you know, he was
very.
just, it was great. Yeah.
It was. So I think that I was missing that because while you guys covered a couple of panels, I watched our son in the lobby of the JW Marriott and had some really good pizza. Like, yeah, it was pretty decent. You guys had some half decent burgers.
It was really good.
It was really good.
Yeah. I think that might have been what was missing. And if I could do next year again and what I would do what I would do differently next year. One, I would see if Lucas would not go. I mean, this panel really needed him there, and it was great having him there. But I would love to be able to hit this all day long. Maybe press up front up until like 9 to 5 work, you know, and then after that we can sort of take off the badge, if you will, and go and enjoy it as attendees and absorb it, you know, hang out with people, talk about their cosplay and not focus as much on trying to gather content.
Bringing less
That's
gear.
The cat in the sink.
Bring less gear.
That's the cat in the sink.
Go get her.
She's not going to be able to get her. Fine.
No. She'll bark and then she'll run off.
Let's see. I don't hear any barking. No.
I'm sure she jumped off though. Because I don't hear anything.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Thirsty.
the cat's got water.
Raccoon.
She's a freaking raccoon trying to lick whatever is left on it. What do we have?
I don't know. I rinse everything.
Oh, is that downstairs?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Like I could hear her getting
clanging
in the sink.
Of,
stuff clanging in the sink.
Or fork or something.
Freaking raccoon cats.
What were we talking about?
What I would do different.
Okay,
what I would do differently. Have Lucas back home, like I said, do kind of like set up a work schedule. Use that press thing and try to maybe hammer out some stories and stuff from the floor, and then enjoy the afternoon, evenings. Moving around so much, worrying about Lucas, of course, is taxing. All of that made it to where just by the time 3 o'clock rolled around, we were just exhausted. The other thing I would do different is I would work out more before going on the next convention. I'm not joking.
It would
wearing book bag around, even like
do our own little ruck march.
Yes.
I can't do rucks anymore, but yeah, basically. What would you do differently this time? Next time, Christy?
You know what? I probably would take more of my pain medication, like Tylenol and ibuprofen, because like after 2 panels and like 2 in-betweens, I was hurting so bad.
From the chairs? Yeah,
they were so uncomfortable because I'm short. So how I sit, is very different. So it's like pulling on the knees and stuff. So it's not comfortable.
Yeah. What about you Brian? What's your goal to make next year better?
Like you said, streamlining what equipment we bring, because that was a little heavy.
Yeah, but I want to do a little more though, different types of stuff.
Yeah, but I've actually got exactly what he's saying. There are things that I could definitely cut and make better. Even batteries. Like we brought 5 batteries. We would have only needed 3 at most. The lights, some of the additional cords. Yeah, there's a way to cut down some of that.
I would have liked to have eaten there, because I said I didn't in
the
the convention. Some of the food was blowing me away. I was seeing some of the stuff. I was like, that looks really good. Like, wow, what is that? So
food trucks and stuff.
Yeah, the tacos looked pretty good.
Yes, so that's something I'd do next time.
That was the cool thing, was not just did they have the little cafeteria food in the convention but they had all those food
Mhm.
trucks out there. That's something San Diego didn't have when we did that shit. God, how long ago? I don't want to say 14, 15 years ago. That did add to it, is you felt like you didn't feel like you were going to have to subsist on overpriced garbage food. You could subsist on overpriced good food.
Yeah.
No, we love
Which,
Hall H pizza. It's
yeah. You know, that's the thing about San Diego, where I feel kind of bad for saying this, but where I'm kind of like, ha, Marvel and company and you know the other big studios not doing Hall H will kind of hurt it, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, oh, I don't want to go if there's not going to be any big reveals. I don't want to go. I'm 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 kind of cool with that, because it's going to reduce it back down to what it used to be pre MCU.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you go to attend San Diego Comic Con, not attend Hall H. I'm hoping, I mentioned earlier how this could become the next San Diego. It's bigger. Anime's a big thing these days, of course. But I think AX has that opportunity, because it's still, even though you had all these big studios, the biggest things there were still stuff like the cosplay and the panels, and while the studios were a big deal, they weren't as big a deal as what you see from like Marvel studios at San Diego. You guys were in there for some big things from Crunchyroll, and it's different than Hall H, though, right?
And that's another thing I want to give a huge shout out, because, and this was every single day, because I've been to conventions and staff have been a little snappy here and there. The
Mhm.
entire staff, whether it's people involved with the panels, the security, everyone was super nice across the
Mm,
board. Like that was something that I genuinely noticed about this convention.
Yeah.
Like the whole environment was just very positive, and there was never any like negativity coming from anyone who was working the event. And like I said, I'm praising that because I've seen the
yeah,
opposite at other
Exactly. They didn't leave
conventions.
their professionalism at home.
Yeah.
They were really good.
yeah. I can definitely agree with that. I felt a lot the same. This was just an overall great experience. Um, One of the best conventions that we've done, and now that we know what we know, next year, God willing, we get to go again. Should be even better. Um, yeah. I guess the other thing now, kind of to discuss, the panel itself, guys. You guys can catch it here on the channel. It's available in all four parts that you can see down here. It was a lot of fun. It was incredibly different than doing this, although it was a lot like doing this, podcasting, live streams and things like that. But this was a dream, to be on a panel at a convention. Some of you may have heard this story before, but it was a dream. Brian and I especially have been talking about, what wouldn't it be great to be on a panel at Comic Con, talking about a comic book that we're working on, or a movie, or something, and lo and behold, it became anime, and it was just because I got this wild idea of why not. It's probably a no, but well, what if it could be really cool if it did happen, and it did.
Yeah.
And now that it's over, I'm very, very thankful that it's over, because it was very anxiety driving for a bit, especially leading right up to it. But now that it's done, I'm like, when can I do this again?
I know, right? I'm the same way. Even though it's going to be a lot of work, but it's still like I'm looking forward to it.
So, what did you like about doing a panel, Christine?
I don't know. I mean, because the thing is like, me younger, I would have never done something like this
Yeah.
at all. I hated having attention on me, so I was actually comfortable with it. So it's the fact that I was even able to get up there and feel confident enough to speak in front of other people. Yeah.
Good job. Brian.
Playing to an audience. That was fun. You know what I mean? Like I enjoy what we do here, and obviously people that interact with us in chat, and we answer questions and stuff, and being able to see them smile or see them nod or react to what you're saying, that's something I thought I would be terrified of, but it turns out no, I liked it. So yeah,
that was probably my favorite thing, was naming shows or movies that aren't Dragon Ball and Pokemon. Naming some things that might not be niche to most anime fans, but are definitely not common, and seeing people go, oh, they watched that one too, dropping things like Chobits or Ninja Scroll, Horimiya, words bubble up like Soda Pop. All of those got like reactions where people like, oh, they're not they're not just freaking posers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that aspect. It was a cool thing, and I think what I want to do, the reason why I want to do more is it's like I want to fill the gap of like panels that I feel like are missing. Those little things, like you said, we've got things to say, and we've got an outlet here, which is great, but that's an additional outlet. And anime has been so important in my life, and conventions have been so important in my life. There's a lot of really great memories the three of us have shared. With our first San Diego's were together, our first New York's were together, and our first AX were together. I like the idea of providing that for others. I've always been a service driven type person, and I don't just mean, oh, you come and see us at a thing and I'm giving you memories. No, I might be able to look at Manny. Manny would have never gone to AX had the three of us not invited him to be, well, not saying he wouldn't go as like an attendee with his daughter or something like that, but not likely outside of that. It's not generally his bag baby, and that's fine. But he went and did something and made he moderated a panel. He moderated our panel there at AX. It gave him a merit. So I would like to do that for others. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to have a platform where it's like, hey, the GenreVerse is going to AX again, or GenreVerse is doing San Diego, LRM's doing San Diego, and I can help another younger, not necessarily age younger, but younger career journalist, podcast, or whatever, make a memory and move up.
Yeah, you did that in the Army, so you definitely have the skill to do it. I mean, it's natural to you, and then also you have the experience. So it'll be fun to see where everything goes.
So that's kind of like my driving force behind this for right now. What about gripes? What, besides the heat and the lines, what didn't work at AX, if anything else, Brian?
I didn't really have any. I didn't love the bathrooms, but that's pretty much any convention center. Yeah, they're designed.
There's better, there's worse.
They're so designed bad. I just don't understand. But
they need to do like theaters where there's the walk in and walk out.
Well, like airports,
and like sports
get it.
Venues and stuff,
like almost every airport I've ever gone to, the bathrooms are well designed. Like because they're more open. They're designed, because you usually have luggage or whatever. I don't know. And then you go to these things and they're closets, but you got like 50 people trying to get in, and I don't know.
And they're all wearing costumes.
And they're all wearing costumes, and they're trying to. Yeah, it's just a whole situation.
I mean, I did something stupid in the bathroom. I was like, trying to get soap out for the sink to wash my hands. I'm like, why isn't it? Let me try this one. And there's this younger girl. She's like, there's soap right there. I was like, oh my god, thank you. It's like right there in front of my face.
My wife,
I'm always like
completely oblivious to whatever's right, like a cat.
Yeah,
cats being very nearsighted or farsighted. Yeah. Anyways, what was that?
That's
Brian?
about it. Like I said, I think everybody was real cool, nice. Yeah, I thought it was solid.
I would just say more more of the priority entrances, more signage for them, and because we found a nice little secret one, but it's almost too secret, and it's not meant to be a secret, it's because it's not just like industry or artist alley or press or anything. It's also for disabled people to be able to get in, uh, not have to stand and things like that. I think that the signage needed to be a bit better, which seems to be an issue with you, Los Angeles. Something about signage, and you don't seem to click.
I can get on LAX
Yes.
rant. I know y'all had an issue, and boy,
let's
did
shit
I.
on LAX for a moment, Brian.
So
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
had gotten lost the day we arrived, and I was somewhat confused on how it happened. Y'all explain it to me. I get to the airport very early to leave. I'm walking through, I get my stuff, and a woman, directs me, hey, go here. I start heading in that direction. I have my ticket, my gate, and everything. All the signs are telling me to go in a completely different direction. The official signs. So I'm like confused. So I go up to one of the guys and I'm like, hey, what do we do? And he's like, oh, ignore the signs. And he directs me, and I'm just like, what? So I follow his instructions, and I finally eventually get to where I need to go. Point being, even if the signs are wrong, I don't know if they're building I don't know what they're doing over there, but
yeah,
put temporary signs up, cover up the ones that are wrong. I do something. It's insane. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah. Brian had to grab our bag for us because we actually followed the signs to baggage claim from our gate, literally following sign to sign. There was never one where it's like this baggage claim that way or this terminal.
And these are official signs.
Yeah, these are the airport
signs.
Yeah. And it led us to a smoking section. Like everyone was like, "Oh, is there like a shuttle bus or something outside?" Nope. The sign for baggage claim led right to a smoking area outdoors. So LAX, get bent and fix your signs.
I'm sure they'll get enough flack for that.
Dude, the whole freaking
so they'll
plane
change it.
just about.
Yeah, their entire I got to see them pull all the luggage and line it up on the wall
because our whole plane was late.
Yes,
getting to there. Ridiculous. That would be about the only thing. What about you, Christine? What complaints or gripes might you have for that?
I don't think I have anything. I think y'all covered the ones that I would be thinking about. Yeah, because I was fine with everything else. I thought they did a really good job.
Yeah, I agree with Brian on the staff. Very, very nice. It was weird on just how, and not only that, but actually the attendees.
Yeah.
The attendees. If you attended AX and you see this, congrats to you guys. I didn't hear of or see anything too bad, and that's not saying that nothing bad didn't happen, but I didn't hear of anything. There was none of the anger and aggression you can kind of see at Comic-Con or New York from time to time. I mean, hell, Brian was there when someone got nerd shivved and got nerd shanked. Shiv is the shank
because
is
I
the
called
tool.
it a nerd
shiv.
shiv.
Whatever.
Yeah, the action is.
There you go.
Yeah.
But that happened at San Diego. Someone getting stabbed over a seat. The line cutting and like just furiousness at San Diego and New York and AX.
None of that
didn't appear to have.
Yeah, that we saw. Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of cosplay. Any final words on AX before we talk about summer anime a bit? Going once.
No.
Going twice.
Just
right.
yet again.
Go ahead, Brian.
The Crunchyroll panel. That whole layout was just really cool. Yeah.
It was indeed. As I am trying to bring up Mal to bring up the summer stuff, I will say that our back catalog things that we're going to be doing, Konosuba will continue on Mondays. Tuesdays, Hell's Paradise. Wednesdays is Magical Destroyers. And then we get into our summer stuff, which is cool because Thursdays, and I'm not gonna go through all of these because I already know which is coming up. But Thursdays will be Mal Sama. Help me out. Wait, what?
What? What?
This is saying Eminence and Shadow season 2 started in summer. There's no wait, what? Because wouldn't we have had people on our site being like, hey, why aren't you guys reacting to that?
I don't know.
Look, see, this is the problem. We don't look a lot of stuff up except for schedules because we get spoiled for things, and that sucks. And hold on 1 second. You guys are seeing us work through things right now. There's no way it started and people aren't beating us down like, hey, why aren't you reacting yet?
Oh, because it's wrong.
I thought it was a fall.
October.
Okay, good. Yeah, I was getting nervous.
Freaking out.
Yeah, because I mean, Eminence and Shadow's the shit, man. Like, I don't want to miss Eminence and Shadow.
And I was a little irritated there. I was like, no, you
I
missed
know,
it.
right? What the hell, Mal? What's up with that? What's up with that? Anyways, guys, bring that back over. So Thursdays will be Devil is a Part-Timer, right there. Friday. What was Friday gonna be again? Oh, Rent a Girlfriend, which we just did our first season 3 reaction for. And then Sundays we have Mushoku Tensei, which is tomorrow we'll have the first episode. Episode 0 was a lot of fun. Our reaction is up for that. It's not the nicest reaction. We were in LA, but hey, it is what it is. There's My Senpai is Annoying version 2.0 right there. Christine and I need to give that a look.
I know, right?
Just to see if it's a My Senpai is Annoying actually turned out to be a kind of cute show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, summer anime. That's what we're doing. Christine and I also have eyeballed zombie Zom 100 zombie list, our bucket list of the dead. I don't know. That's on Sundays as well, I think. Ryan, have you seen any other anime for summer that might have caught your eye?
No.
How are you feeling about Mushoku Tensei, though?
Yeah.
Especially after episode 0.
Very excited. Looking forward to tomorrow. Yeah.
Christine, what's up for you for summer?
Bleach.
How you feeling? Yeah, Bleach.
Yeah, there's stuff I want to watch that I haven't, where it's like, oh yeah, this is great, you should watch it, and it's like, yeah, sure, and I haven't done it yet. It's on the list.
I'm excited to keep watching the 2 new back catalogs that we got going on, Magical Destroyers and Hell's Paradise. Yeah. Did you guys get like big spoiled on Hell's Paradise at that Crunchyroll panel, or a little?
A little.
A little.
You at least know someone that either survived or died, or
that's
or something.
what I would say was spoiled.
Yeah.
But that was a cool panel, and
I bet.
Yeah.
Hey, that's one of the things I had to. It sucked because it happened when I actually cared for Marvel and Star Wars, working for LRM online and starting to get these leaks and spoilers, and we had our own sources, if you will, and I was just like, you know what, I got to give it up. I'm not going to be able to remain spoiler free for
exactly
all this stuff anymore. But anime, I do go to the extreme because I want to be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Like, I missed that so much when I was doing, especially Cantina regularly, and Marvel Multiverse Mayhem before it started becoming just Marvel like madness. Like, I must stop this because it was awful. I was missing the surprise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I really did miss it, and that's one of the best things about anime. Is I've got a whole slew of surprises in front of me. super excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
Mushoku Tensei is something we've been waiting on. Episode 0 was a lot of fun, but it was also like a tease, and I'm really mad about it because I want to get on with it already. That was one of the best shows I had seen in a long time, and I actually read through the first light novel and the first 3 or 4 volumes of manga. Light novels a treat, Brian. You should give those a shot. Um, yeah. Do. Sorry. I don't know. I don't have too much else on any of that. We were going to do some Q&A, but unfortunately, whether because we were just boring or just picked the wrong time, we don't really have a lot of uh, people available to do Q&As for. So that's that.
Yeah.
I did get scared about that Eminence and Shadow thing, though. Why is
I
that
know.
on there? Like, seriously.
I even double checked it.
It's right there. Like, it says July 1st, Eminence and Shadow season 2, like right there. Who screwed up? I don't know. What else is out there? Replay chat, those watching VOD or whatever you want to call it. What else would you guys suggest maybe from this season, summer?
I wanted to try My Happy Marriage, but I'm
What's that one?
up. Right there.
Ah.
I saw the trailer for it and I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, give it
Ooh,
a
it's
try.
historical themed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Christine and I have definitely enjoyed watching couple stuff in the past. It is something I can definitely be willing to check out. They fixed Final Fantasy. Well, they didn't fix Final Fantasy 16. They made it playable for me, which was a good thing. I'm not insane, am I, with this refresh rate? Like, other people are starting to notice it too, right? The longer you're exposed to higher refresh rates, the more noticeable under 60 becomes, right?
Okay, even I noticed it, and I can't even see soap in front of my face. So yeah,
Because everyone kept singing the praises of this game, and I'm like, how are you guys even playing it? Because the motion blur with the like, even on high frame rate mode, you might be lucky to get 35, 40 frames per second out of it. Um, that with the additional like motion blur, I couldn't see it. I couldn't play it, especially like when there was this big open area with lots of greenery, like trees and grass and plants. It just became a big blurry mess. It was just blue and green blur, and I couldn't play it. Now you can finally turn down the motion blur, so you almost constantly get a 40 frames per second, somewhere like 38 to 40, which is playable, but it still looks like dog do. And what I don't get, what I don't get about it is you can give us the same freaking options you give PC gamers on those consoles. You can let us turn down something. Like, stop telling me what to do with my hardware. I freaking hate that. Like, nothing pisses me off more than a company that I give hundreds of dollars to tell me what to do with my hardware. But yeah, 16 is playable again. There's that. I might be doing some live streams for that in the near future because I did not really go that far ahead in the story since the first live stream. Took about 7 hours for it to open up, and then that's where I'm kind of still at. So
I don't like that. Like I'm just not
that
into
was
this.
annoying. That was annoying.
When you told me that, it's like I don't think I want to.
Dude, oh my god, the cutscenes. I mean, Brian watched the first live stream. It was just like, and I'm worried, man, because there are still people out there saying, "Oh, this is the best in the franchise, best one in forever, yada yada yada." And I'm like, look, it could be still good. It's not the best, and I want to play my games. Like the amount of people that play the story mode where the battles are real easy and you can basically go through the game, just watch it like a movie. Why even pay money and get it at that point? Just watch the freaking cinematics or let's plays on YouTube. I mean, I know that sounds bad because the companies need money in order to make more games, but honestly, it's frustrating to see. It's frustrating to see people like it almost feels like a telltale game at times. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that's not what I want from Final Fantasy. I want to play Final Fantasy, not just watch Final Fantasy. So, like I said, it took about 7 hours to open up. We'll see how it goes. I'll have to do a live stream for it here in the next few days.
Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah. What else do I have going on? I started a new GTA 5 and I've finally started messing around online. But my thing is, I don't like playing with other people. I just want to run around and commit crimes on GTA and not have to not just commit crime but like have missions. So there are some that you can do by yourself. So but like I have to hop in real quick and like set the settings to not let other people join because I don't know how to like just block it from the get go. I don't know. I'm first world problems.
It's amazing
Definitely.
that game is still has such a huge amount of players,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
many years out.
Yeah. Makes me wonder what 6 will end up being like. They've had such a huge focus on the online for 5. They're
Oh,
not going to want to let that go.
they make so much
And
money.
they're going to do so much more of that with 6. My fear is all games becoming games as a service.
Yes.
I freaking hate that. I understand that it works for some games, but I mean, one day, dude, you're going to have Mario platformer as a service, and I don't think you people out there that seem to think that's a good idea. I don't think you understand how awful of an idea that really is. Um, yeah, I'll be buying physical media from now on because of the effects of well, for as long as I can because of what Final Fantasy 16 did to me. Don't know if you guys still care, but uh what is coming back on July 20? Oh, Near Automata. Yeah, we will be watching that and doing our Near reactions. However, I highly doubt we can do 4 reactions in a single day. So we might have to break it up into like 2 episode chunks, or maybe 3 in 1 or 1 in 3. We'll see. But yeah, we definitely want to be doing Near. What's crazy is, did they I read an article where they're like the final 4 episodes, and then they retracted or corrected themselves and were like, we don't know if it's the final 4, but like there'll never be any more ever again. But they're releasing 4 episodes and no further notice. So I don't know, because originally they were talking 24 episodes, 24, 25 episodes. Um, I don't know, Brian. How are you feeling about Near now? Are you scared with there just being 4 and it potentially
It's
being the end?
yeah, it's messy. I just don't understand what the production issues are. I haven't spent much time digging into it. I will. I thought it was strong. What we were getting. It was following
After episode 1.
Yeah, it was following the game proper. It had a
Mhm.
few little things here and there extra, but it all worked from a few different points of view and stuff. And then I don't know. So yeah, this is one of those where it's just like, we'll wait and see what they're up to. But it's bizarre to me that you would just be like, yeah, we're not releasing for months, and then, oh, we may release these episodes or cut it down. I don't know. It's a mess in my opinion.
It is, and it sucks because it really did become quite the good
Yeah.
show. Very very good art. Still had some hiccups with CGI, but it got so much better than what it was in that first episode. What about you, Christine? Sad to see it go, if it
I
does go.
mean, yes. Um, although like I don't know how long like to the next season if they're gonna do something like that. Because it's like we keep having breaks,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't find it that heartbreaking.
Yeah. I'm just glad they didn't do like that one series had at some point this season, or this year, where they restarted it from episode 1 broadcasting again.
Mm,
That would have sucked.
yeah. Oh, sorry.
So.
Also, like if if I want, I can just, watch someone play the game online.
True.
Or you can play it yourself.
I have enough anger issues, so
She
no.
does. She is not gaming is and Christine don't get along for the most part.
There's some good videos online as far as recapping the story and everything if you really wanted to do that. It's a good story.
I've thought about the game, and then I keep thinking,
you would like it. I think
they'll just remake it, and I'll get a remake, and then
I think you'd get really into it.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
Should try it. I do want to try, like I said, to finish up 16, but I was so disappointed overall. The whole experience was just like, why? Why?
It seems to be the case though with so many games. Those launches are just rough.
It's like just push it back again. You know what I'm saying? Just do it. Just do it. I don't. I mean, I do understand, but I also don't understand how games can ship so badly these days. I just, Anyways, I should have bought Resident Evil 4.
I heard that was perfect.
I hear that's good. You know, I will say this because people are now talking about a Red Dead Redemption remake. There's some other game that's not even 10 years old that's getting a remake coming up. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. As someone who is a giant dedicated has been a Final Fantasy VII remake guy since the PS2 era, since the tech demo that shipped with Crisis Core. Like, let's stop with the remakes, guys. Like, seriously, we're not moving forward anywhere. And if you do want to have a remake, it's got to be at least 20 years old. Can we set that up, please? I don't know. How do you feel about it, Brian? Because I am starting to get real, because it's not just movies anymore. Now it's the freaking video game. Dude, there are 3 Call of Duty Modern Warfares. There are 3 Call of Duty Modern Warfares 2, and they are all 3 similar, with 2 of them being, original, and then an HD remaster, and then these reboot thing. Like, what the frack?
Metal Gear Solid 3 is getting a remake. The game is still solid. Like, go back and look at it. It looks good. It plays good. Like, what? That's an example of one where everybody's excited. I love the series, but why? Like, what? Really? Why? I don't know. It
nostalgia. Man. That's what sells right now.
I don't know.
What about you, Christine? What does nostalgia do anything for you right now?
It's laid on too thick. No, well, I guess what it does for me is annoy me. Nostalgia's fine in small amounts. So, and they don't want to do it that way. Laziness.
Martel came in with you have to make a remake different. They think Final Fantasy VII is great because it is being changed up. See, I have a theory about 7 remake, Rebirth, and whatever. They screwed up. They should have saved Reunion for the 3rd Final Fantasy VII game, but they gave it to Crisis Core remake. I think what's going to happen is the timeline does get messed with, but your goal, you might get to save Aerith this time, but at the end of the game, you're going to have to choose to kill her to fix it and set things back on the proper timeline. I think that's going to be the big deal, the big switcheroo, Spaceball 2, the search for more money. Yes, that is exactly what all the remakes are about. That's what I think is going to happen, Brian, is that they're going to make you choose to kill Aerith to make things right. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
Maybe, yeah. That's not a bad idea.
Yep. All right, you're back, Brian.
Oh, okay.
We just we had lost connection for a second, and but it's good now. My phone, I had already had my phone set up as a hotspot just in case we'd had some internet issues So sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but everything should be going fine now. Carry on, Brian.
Also,
Mario RPG.
yeah, I was saying Mario RPG, the remake, looking at the footage, it's like it's the same game. Like it just looks
Mhm.
better. But looking at the new Mario game coming up, I see a lot of cool new ideas. I see a lot of, like, oh wow, they've never done that before or whatever. Are I mean, that's not the best example. Mario RPG is a very old game, but it's still the game plays well. You can play it on the Switch. Mechanically, it's fine. Point being, like you said, I want new stuff. Give me new games. I don't want to.
I
I don't want to
agree.
drop $60 on a game I've already played just because it's prettier.
Yeah.
And not unless it's super old. Like I said, if it's a game like 7 where you look at it came out in
But this is a complete, like, in the
yeah,
chat. What they did with 7, that is not the same
it's
game.
completely
Yeah,
different.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is not
Mhm.
the same
Um,
experience.
while we're killing time with this gamer talk, if anyone in chat, as we do get some people jumping in and out, if you guys do have any Q&A stuff for AX summer anime back catalog, anime in general, us in general, just shoot it into the chat. I do want to announce something some people might find interesting. Brian and Manny Gomez, who hosted our panel and does Daily Cup of Genre with myself, and a little bit of me included in this, but they're mostly hatching a plan. Brian, why don't you tell them what is potentially coming to the GenreVerse here in the next few weeks?
A wrestling show. Yeah, we just started talking and realized we both watch a lot of wrestling. And we don't really have too many people we talk to about it. We don't do anything as far as writing articles or making reviews or anything. So we're like, well, maybe we should try that. There's a lot of good wrestling out there right now. SummerSlam's right around the corner, and so yeah, we're talking about it. And yeah, I think in the next few weeks, if everything goes well, there will be wrestling content coming out.
Yep. I will be producing the show kind of how I do Breaking Geek Radio. I am a relative wrestling fan. I am not following current arcs and things like that, but Brian and I sat down and watched uh, Money in the
Yeah.
Bank. They're at they're in it was Los Angeles, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. Because you were also here in Virginia a while ago. But
We watch SmackDown.
I can watch it. I have fun with it. Individual matches. So I'll be producing the channel, the show, much like I do Breaking Geek Radio. I'll pop in if I have any comments, if it's something that I saw. If not, I just hang in the back and push buttons, George
Mhm.
Jetson style. Haven't been able to get Christine into wrestling. She will watch an occasional match just to see some move or something if I'm like, hey, check this out, and that kind of cool. But yeah, I can't seem to get her into it.
I think I'd rather watch like a soap opera from like the 70s or
It is
80s.
a soap opera.
thing.
It is, and it is from the 70s and 80s.
Well, some of that
the
is, but I'm
70s
saying
guys
like
are still
even like the
wrestling.
now stuff I don't want to see. Where it's like I'd rather
Yeah. I don't know.
I'd rather
I
watch
like
someone with amnesia.
there's a lot of good stuff. I wish I could get Lucas into it sometimes. Like I said, I think I might look for those pick a year, like start in 96, go 90 or 97 to 98, something like that. WCW, like the highlights of DDP and
Yep.
Goldberg and all of that.
Brian, I don't think I told you this. I know I've told Kyle a few times, like we've talked about it. My brother's first ID card, he did the rock
Oh, yeah.
pose. And
The
my mom
eyebrow.
was like, no, you go retake it right now and don't do that again. My dad had like, if you want to do that, go ahead. But then
Yeah,
my
egged
mom
it
just
on.
like, no. So yeah.
Wrestling's fun. I mean, yeah, it can be goofy and stuff. My thing is, I think too many people just approach it from the wrong like point of
Yeah.
view. That
Well, I always get the like, if you're not into it, that's fine to me.
Yeah.
But I always get the, oh, it's fake, and it's like,
oh my god,
I
it's not
hate that.
fake.
I just hate. It's like it's story. It's a story. Yes, it's
Yeah.
scripted. I get it, but it's
and it's choreographed that time
Yes.
in a very unique way. But
I equate it
you
to
go ahead and take a chair, a hit by a chair, and tell me how fake it is.
It's the thing that's impressive is it's live. You know, those shows are live.
Mhm.
They're going out
Yes.
there. They're
Yes.
doing their dialogue. Some of it's improv, some of it's scripted, and they're having to stay in character live. They're
Mhm.
doing these, you know, stunts and, you know, everything. If you
They
like
have to
Dragon,
respond
if you like
to,
Dragon
like,
Ball Z,
changes, you know.
it's scripted too, guys.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's like your
Rocky,
TV,
you like
your
Rocky?
movies.
It's scripted.
Yeah.
You know, like,
You know what's funny? Here's something a lot of people might not know, talking about live things and scripted things. Your whose line is it anyway, right? If someone messes up on a hoedown, for example, they will stop it and restart. And so what you get is this cut together. It is still improv. They're not, retake and say the same joke that you said before. It's no, you screwed up. But now they've got time to think about it, which does kind of happen in some improv shows. They'll screw up and they'll, reset or whatever the case may be. Wrestling doesn't get to do that. If someone goes off script or kind of changes things up, someone has a bad day and maybe goes a little too hard, like you got to be able to pivot and not just the wrestlers themselves, but the producers, the guys running the shows in the control room, and
quick example
Vince in the day, Hunter or Triple H these days, and
quick example. Recently, Money in the Bank, there was a spot where the Ricochet and Logan Paul were supposed to do this spot together, and they were going to use that to launch a feud going into SummerSlam. It didn't go well, so they had to have a backstage assault sequence where he attacks him backstage to build the story. Point being, they planned this thing, it didn't go well, so then they had to add more story. And wrestling is constantly evolving. You know, things happen. They'll change a finish, you know, if things are going a certain way or somebody gets hurt or whatever. Yeah, it's cool. I don't know, it's something I'm into.
Yeah. What weird thing or like what thing do you get geeky about, Christine, that's like out there? Like how I get about technical stuff on filmmaking. I'm real big on all the behind the scenes stuff, the camera work and all that. Brian really loves all the technical stuff and wrestling and whatnot. Do you have anything like
I don't
that?
know. Like there's some things where it's like I watch medical stuff. I don't know. It kind of depends. It's not like something I'm like super obsessed with. It's just there's a lot of things. I have my hand in a lot of different things that I watch. And
Martel said, "Hell in the Cell, 1998 Taker versus Mankind.
Oh, yeah.
So much fun to watch even today."
Yes.
I don't remember that one. In '98, I was a WCW guy. I was a DDP fan. Self high five. That wasn't on the track back in '98, but yeah, that was, dude. I swear to this day that the '98 Halloween Havoc DDP should have beaten Goldberg. That was a dumb decision to have Goldberg retain the belt and win that match. I don't know. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah. I mean, Goldberg, there's so many so many controversies, even up in the last few years, as far as wins, losses. You know, it's an interesting, anybody, I mean, we're getting into the weeds here, but anybody that doesn't know, you know, the Goldberg storyline, the idea of somebody who just couldn't be beat.
Yeah.
And as far as they rode that thing, you know, it was very impressive. That was a huge deal for WCW in that period.
Now you got Roman Reigns just being like,
well, he took a pinfall.
How many days? Yeah, he took a pinfall. Finally got beat. Didn't lose the belt though. Who do you think's going to take it, man? Who do you think's going to be the one to take the belt from him?
Cody.
You think Cody?
Yeah.
But they're not even really building it like that.
No, they're not. But it doesn't make who. The rumor is he's probably going to fight Jey Uso at SummerSlam, but I just can't see them dropping it to him. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Cody seems like the chosen one, but right now his feud's still with Brock, and it's continuing. In all reality, I don't think they completely know.
I know. I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
So this is a preview of the show that me and Manny will be
wrestling show
doing if y'all are interested.
I could just see her face in the
Well, we,
I know. I'm
in
like,
the monitor.
we talked for like 30 minutes
Who?
on a car ride about wrestling.
Yeah.
And it was after that we were like, this could be a show. We just
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, the fact you guys are talking after AX is done is a sign that the show's very, very likely to come in the future. But I guess, guys, that's it. We wanted to take the chance to do a live stream, and we've now done that. Thanks to Martel and PCJ27 for joining us in the chat, and anyone that watches this on replay. Thank you very, very much for that. We really did enjoy AX. We hope you guys check out the content. I still have a couple of videos I want to do, like a non-sped up version of our walkthrough of the floors and things like that, both with and without crowds. So there's still probably going to be some more content, but check out lrmonline.com and the GenreVerse YouTube channel for all of that. There's the website. And also, guys, if you've ever thought about writing, we are looking for writers right now, including anyone that's interested in writing about anime. I've got contacts. I can feed you guys the press releases and all that. It's not like you'll have to go hunting for stories all the time on your own. So check out lrmonline.com. Click on this article right here if you've ever thought about writing. And of course, like I said, lots of content here on the GenreVerse YouTube channel. Daily Cog coming back. Manny and I hopefully will be more regular again now, especially with AX being done. And of course, Breaking Geek Radio. This week they did Nimona, some Netflix animated movie. Apparently it's really, really good though. So, check that out. Yeah, Brian, tell them about your channel.
Pulp Mythos. Check it out.
There you guys go. Christine, anything else for the good people out there?
Nope.
What about for the bad people?
Get bent. I was gonna say the F word, and I was like, oh no, I can't do that.
All right, guys. We will see you on whatever next show we see you on. Bye.